Hello my students in grade 8. Today we will complete solving the revision sheets. This video is part 2 and we stopped in the previous video until question 39. So in this video we will start from question 40. In question 40, what was one of Dalton's ideas? What was one of Dalton's ideas? That all substances are made of atoms. Atoms can be destroyed. Atoms can be divided. Or most substances, it means not all substances are made of atoms. All substances are made of atoms. So letter A. What took place in the last 1880s? In this time after Dalton's theory, Dalton created a new atomic theory. Dalton disproved his theory. Dalton's theory was proved, or Dalton's theory was changed. After 1880, scientists they found new evidence about the atom, so they had to change the ideas of Dalton somehow. So Dalton's theory was changed by Thomson and Rutherford and Bohr and all the scientists who came after Dalton. Next question, what is the meaning of atom? What is atom? Atom is divisible, means can easily divide. Invisible, means cannot be seen. Hard particles, or not able to be divided. Atom is the smallest particle in an element and will be D. Which statement about isotopes is true? They have the same number of protons, they have the same number of neutrons, they have a different atomic number, or they have the same mass. Isotopes, they are the same because all of them they have the same atomic number, or all of them they have the same number of protons. Like all carbon isotopes, they have 6 protons. So carbon 12, carbon 13, they have also the same number of protons, which is the atomic number. So the answer for this question is letter A. Question 44. According to Rutherford, what was in the center of the atom? Rutherford, he made an experiment about the gold foil experiment, and he discovered, the first one who discovered the center of the atom, which is called nucleus. Next question, which of the following has the least mass? The least mass of the atom is in the electron, because the mass of the electron is almost neglected, 0. Periodic means that something is repeated. So happening at regular intervals, happening frequently, happening very rarely, happening 3 or 4 times a year. Periodic means something that repeats on regular intervals, like the days of the week. They are periodic, they repeat every week by the same sequence. This means periodic. Next question. The elements to the right of the zigzag line on the periodic table are called, to the right of the periodic table we call them non-metal. So metals are at the left, non-metal on the right, and zigzag, the metalloids are in the middle of the periodic table. 48. Most metals are solid at room temperature, except mercury, the only metal that is liquid. Question 49. Most of the elements in the periodic table are, most of them they are metals. And if you remember the color of metals in the periodic table, the box was blue color, so most of the elements are metals. The horizontal row on the period table is called period. 51. Which one of the following tells the physical state of an element? How can we know that the element is solid or liquid or gas? From the atomic number, from the atomic mass, from the color of the chemical symbol, from the element's name. You can know if it's solid or liquid or gas from the color of the letter or the color of the chemical symbol. 52. How do the physical and chemical properties of the elements change? Within a group, within a family, across each period, across each group. Within a group, the physical properties and the chemical properties, they are very similar, and that's why in one group we call it a family. So the physical and chemical properties, they don't change a lot. Group and family, they are the same. So across each period, the physical and chemical properties change from the left to the right. So the answer is B. Question 53, the vertical column, the column in the periodic table, we call it group. Yes. In the periodic table, we have 18 groups. What are the left to right rows on the periodic table? As we said, the rows are called periods. Which of the following is a property of alkali metals? If you remember, alkali metals are the first group, group 1 in the periodic table, and like sodium, like lithium, like potassium. They are hard, so hard they cannot be cut. We said no, the alkali metals, they are soft, you can cut them by knife. They are very reactive. They are stored in water. No, because they are very reactive in water. They have few uses, and no, we use them in a lot of things. So they are very reactive, and that's why they are stored in oil to not react with water and air. Question 56, we will start in complete questions. And question 56, species producing more offspring than will survive to maturity is a part of natural selection called. This is called overproduction. Question 57, individuals in a population having traits that either increase or decrease their chance of survival in the part of natural selection. When we said that individuals or offspring, they have different DNA and they have different genes, so we call this inherited variation. Question 58, individuals in a population competing for limited resources like food or water is a part of natural selection. This called, do you remember, struggle to survive. So question 59, individuals in a population being more likely to survive and pass their adaptive traits to their offspring is a part of natural selection. This is a fourth part of the natural selection, successful reproduction. The theory of natural selection explains how a population changes in response to their or to its environment. So the answer for this question will be environment. Question 61. If natural selection is taking place, a population will tend to be what to its environment? As we said, organisms by the time they change to be well adapted to their environment. Question 62. The individuals that are likely to survive and what are the ones that are the best adapted at the time? The organisms that will survive, they will be able to reproduce and pass their gene to the next generation. So here will be. And now let's go to scientists have learned that traits are inherited through the DNA from the genetic codes. Question 64. An adaptation that helps an organism find food, protect itself, or reproduce. As we see here, this kind of adaptation is something that the animal does. So something that the animal does, like finding food, like hiding, like traveling to another place, migration, anything that the animal does, we call this kind of adaptation behavioral adaptation. Now question 65. Slow process of changes through natural selection or genetic change is known as the slowly changing in the population called evolution. So the answer for this question, evolution. Question 66. The formation of new species as a result of evolution is called. The process of formation new species is called speciation.